aspirants. My name is Sumeet and today as usual we'll start a session on current affairs. Now time has come to cover the third week's topics related to current affairs. We'll dissect each and every topic from government exams perspective, right? So let us deep dive into the subject. The first topic related to the state importance is about the Alamatti Dam. I hope you guys are aware that there is a dam called as Alamatti Dam which is situated in the district of Bagalkot. It is a part of Upper Krishna project, and recently the government of Karnataka is planning to increase the height of the dam from 519 centimeters to 524 meters, 519 meters to 524 meters. What is the consequence of raising the dam's height to such a height? Please understand, by raising the height of dam, what the government of Karnataka is trying to do is that it is trying to increase its water storage in the reservoir. Presently 173 TMC of water is stored in the reservoir, and with the increase in the height of dam, the government intends to increase the storage level to 300 TMC. Is that understood? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Now there is a reservoir near Almaty Dam, and the name of that reservoir is Lal Bahadur Shastri Reservoir. Lal Bahadur Shastri Reservoir, and this reservoir is one among the most. This is formed on the river Krishna River. It is a part of Krishna River. Please understand, this Krishna River is a riparian river. When I use the word riparian, please understand there are many different states through which this river Krishna flows. It rises in Mahabaleshwar in the state of Maharashtra, and slowly it enters Karnataka and flows through Bijapur, Bagalkot, Yadgir, and then slowly it enters the state of Telangana, and from there the tail end state would be Andhra Pradesh. Is that understood? Now, since the government is trying to raise the height in order to improve the storage levels in the reservoir, the lower riparian states, say for example the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, they might raise objections to this decision of Karnataka. Now, why would they raise an objection? The point here is that if you raise the level of dam up to this centimeters, then the water capacity storage of Karnataka increases, and if Karnataka stores a much higher level amount of water with itself, then the amount of water which be flowing towards the lower riparian states like Telangana and Andhra Pradesh would be reduced. And this reduction of the quantity of water flowing into the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh might create water crisis in those states, and that is the reason why there is a very high probability that the state of Andhra Pradesh especially, it might raise objections to the issue. Now this is with related to the current affairs. I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about isobutanol blending, right? The government of India, it has recently planned blending of E20 fuel in petrol. It has successfully implemented the blending of E20 petrol with ethanol. Now a similar project was also implemented for the fuel of diesel, but however it was found that the ethanol biofuel was not compatible with the fuel of diesel, and that is the reason why the ARAI, the Automotive Research Association of India, now this is the organization which has been tasked with the work to look into the possibility additives of adding to the diesels, right? So this ARAI has initiated a process of mixing diesel with another additive called as isobutanol. Now please understand, let us try and understand what this isobutanol first is. The chemical C4H10 Oh, this is the chemical formula of isobutanol. Please understand, this is an additive. This, the government of India is trying to include this as an additive in the diesel. Now, why is the government of India trying to add this into diesel? Please understand, if the government is using isobutanol in diesel, it will definitely reduce the import of diesel into India. That will result in the savings of foreign reserves for India. Point number one. Point number two, please understand, this isobutanol has in itself very low amount of pollutants like particulate matters when compared to the diesel. So it is also environment friendly. And apart from that, what this isobutanol will be doing, will be achieving, is that it will also help improve India's urban areas which are free from pollutants. These are the main objectives which the government is trying to achieve by using isobutanol in diesel. Now please understand, when these are the benefits related to isobutanol, what you'll have to understand is that this addition of isobutanol also comes with its own challenges. The challenges are related to, first one, it has been found that this isobutanol has a very low cetane number. Low cetane number. When I use the word low cetane, please understand, it does not burn completely in the engines of diesel engines. In diesel engines, it burns partially. Now, if it burns partially, there is a very high chance of this fuel, damaging the diesel engines by knocking the diesel engines. If there is a knocking effect in the diesel engines, then the efficiency of diesel engines will be reduced. Along with that, there is a very high probability that it will cause a lot of damage to the diesel. That is point number one, which the ARAI has to keep in its own understanding. Is that understood? So this is with respect to the drawback related to the isobutanol blending with the diesel. Now this has been recently in the news. Why? Because the ARAI has been rolling out a plan to add diesel with isobutanol. And I hope everything is clear about this subject. Let us go to the next topic. Next topic is about barren island. Recently, barren island is an island which is present in the Andamans and Nicobar Islands. It is a part of an island which are a part of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And recently it has been observed that there is an active volcano present in the barren island. And this active volcano is the only active volcano which is present in the subcontinent of South Asia as well as India. It has an active volcano, and it has been observed that recently on 13th of September and 22nd of September, there were some emissions coming out of these active volcano. Please understand, you'll have to keep this thing in your mind. Apart from that, what you'll have to understand is that this barren island, as you can see, it is present near the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is just 138 kilometers away from the capital city of Port Blair. And please understand, this barren island is completely uninhabited. When I use the word uninhabited, you will have to understand that no human is staying over there. That you'll have to keep in your mind. This is a completely uninhabited island. Now, there were some explosions. As you can see in this diagram, there were some explosions which were observed in this barren island volcano. As you can see, there were explosions. There is a smoke coming out, and you can also see over here that the upper tip of the volcano is exposed. This is known as caldera. I hope you guys have studied in your geography portion this upper part, the upper part of the mountain which has been exposed, its volcanic tube which has burst and exposed the upper tip of the mountain is known as caldera. This can be observed in this picture. Now recently, why it is in news? It is in news because recently a volcanic eruption was witnessed in that part of the world. Now please understand, this is the only active island, active volcanic mountain present in the country of not only India but also the entire subcontinent of South Asia. I hope everything is clear about this topic. We'll go to the next topic. The next topic is about Ladakh protests. Recently, this protest of Ladakh were in the news in this week of September. Now, please understand, why are the people of Ladakh protesting? Let us look at their demands. The demands of Ladakhis are, first one, they are asking for a statehood, a separate state for themselves. Then what are they asking? They are asking that they will have to be, Ladakh has to be included into the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Then apart from that, what are they asking is that there has to be land and job security needs to be provided to the people of Ladakh. Please understand, these protests were engineered by Ladakh Apex Body, which is a part of Ladakh Autonomous Region, Leh Apex Body, which is a part of Leh. Then there is Kargil Democratic Alliance. This is a part of a Kargil region of Ladakh. Leh Apex Body is dominated by Buddhist, and the Kargil Democratic Alliance is dominated by the Muslims. Please understand. So these were the organizations which were behind the Ladakh protests, who were demanding a separate state for themselves. Then along with that, they were also asking that Ladakh should be included in the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution, and also separate land and job security should be ensured for the entire residents of Ladakh. So these were the three demands. These were the three demands which they had raised. Now please understand, recently in the month of May and June, somewhere in the month of May and June, the government of India had actually brought in some reforms in the state, in the region of Ladakh. What were those reforms? Reforms was that, point number one, it has included domicile rights when it comes to the region of Ladakh. Point number two, they have granted official language status to Lahoti Purgi languages. These languages, which are locally spoken in the region of Ladakh, have been given the official status of that particular region. Point number three is with respect to the reservations related to job and education. Almost 90% of jobs which are generated in the region of Ladakh will be reserved for those people who are residing in Ladakh. No outsiders would be provided with a separate job when it comes to the region of Ladakh. That is what point number three is. And along with that, it has also granted one third of reservation for women in Ladakh Autonomous Council. These were the reforms which were brought in by the government of India to the region of Ladakh. But however, the Ladakhis, they were not satisfied with these reforms, and that is why they have raised a separate set of reforms, and that is why they are strongly protesting against the government. Right? Is that clear? Please understand, earlier Ladakh was a part of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. I hope you guys are aware that in August 2019, the status of Jammu and Kashmir was reduced to being a union territory. Ladakh slowly became a union territory. Now, since it has become a union territory, it is governing under a lieutenant governor, and this lieutenant governor is not a democratically elected person, and this lieutenant governor is actually appointed by the central government. Now, keeping these things in mind, what the Ladakhis are witnessing is that the unelected lieutenant governor is controlling their Ladakh autonomous region, which is not democratic. And that is why what they are asking is that they are asking a separate status of state to the region of Ladakh. They want Ladakh to be a state having its own assembly, with its own representatives who are elected democratically elected persons or representatives. This is their demand with respect to the statehood. And with respect to the 6th schedule, please understand, if Ladakh is listed in the 6th schedule, it will get some extra powers like local governance, and it will be granted a special status when it comes to such governance and administration with respect to the 6th schedule. The protesters want Ladakh to be included into the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Now, apart from that, they are also demanding that land and job security needs to be provided for the people of Ladakh. Why? Because they do not want the entry of outsiders into Ladakh. They do not want outsiders to purchase their lands and also occupy their jobs. Keeping that in mind, these three demands have been put forwarded by the Ladakhis. Now, I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about L1 visa. Recently, I hope you guys are aware that President Donald Trump has increased the fees of H1B visa. H1B visa, and the fees of that H1B is increased by $1 lakh. $1 lakh. So this is a very high fees, right? So what are the alternatives? What should Indians and other people of other foreign origin, what should they look at if they are not able to get this H1B visas? So in the administration or the system of USA, there is another arrangement called as L1 visas. Now these visas are divided into two types of visas, L1A visa and L1B visa. These are the two types of other visas. L1A visa is given to those people who are at the level of executive and managerial positions. These visas are specifically reserved for people who are employed in the executive jobs or managerial jobs. And L1B visa is given to those people who are specifically employed in special knowledge jobs. Please understand, these visas are specifically reserved for a special category of people. And what is that special category? Please understand, L1 visa is only provided to those individuals who are working in one company which has its headquarters or offices in USA. And since those people who will be working in non-USA countries, and if they want to relocate to USA without changing the company itself, then that arrangement will be fulfilled by gaining the L1B visas. Please keep in your mind, the employees or people who are applying for L1B visas, they do not have the freedom to change the company once they enter the land of USA. They will have to work in the same organization in which they were working in their home country, right? So this is one of the major this is the major difference between H1B visa and L1 visas. In H1B visas, please understand, an employee can easily relocate and also change his employer, whereas in L1 visas there is no such arrangement. If a person, if he is working in the same company in the home country, after relocating to USA, he will have to work in the same organization. That is point number one, which you'll have to keep in your mind. Now there is another benefit when it comes to H1B visas. In H1B visas, the spouses of H1B visa holders, they did not have any freedom to work. But however, in case of L1 visas, the spouses of those people who are holding L1 visas, they can opt for work in the country of USA. There is no such bar related to the work of the spouses of those people who are holding L1 visas. This is with respect to the L1 visas. But however, it is not very easy to gain a L1B visa. Unlike a system where H1B visa, there used to be a system of lottery. There used to be a system of lottery for people who were trying to gain H1B visas. In L1B visas, there is no such lottery system. But however, there will be a lot of scrutiny. As in there will be a lot of checks on the people who are applying L1B visas. This you'll have to keep in your mind. So getting the L1B visa, what you'll have to understand is that getting L1B visa is not very easy. When compared to H1B visa, these visas are somewhat at a prime category, and gaining these visas is not easy. But however, since the government of USA has increased it to $1 lakh, people can gradually shift to this kind of a visa which has been in offer in the country of USA. Now everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. Recently, the United Nations Environment Program has given out an award related to Young Champions of Earth. Now these awards are given to entrepreneurs who are below 30 years, and why are they given this award? Please understand, they will be trying to provide environmental solutions to our global problems. This award is instituted by United Nations Environment Program. Please understand. Why are we talking about this year? Please understand, this year's UNEP award has been given to three individuals. One among them is an individual from India. Her name is Jinali Modi. She has won this year's 2025 award, UNEP Young Champions Award. Then the second winner of this award is Joseph Tugri. He is from Kenya. And another award has been won by Noemi Floria. She is from USA. Their work in the field of environment entrepreneurship has been rewarded by the UNEP. Let us talk something about Jinali Modi. She has been awarded for her work related to developing a leather which is environment friendly, and this leather is developed by using bananas. And this leather is also popularly known as Banoffee leather. Now this is quite environmental friendly leather. In order to honor her achievement of developing and making popular this Banoffee leather, this year's United Nations Environment Program Young Champions of Earth Award has been given to Jinali Modi. Right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. Next topic is about World Para Athletics Championship. This year's World Para Athletic Championships is for the first time held in the country of India, and New Delhi is that place where this will be held for first time in the country of India. In New Delhi, there is a stadium called as Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, where this year's Para Athletic Champions will be held. Now in this Para Athletic Championships, please understand, there will be track events. It will be featuring track events, right? And it will also, since I'm using the word para athletics, please understand this championship is only limited to differently abled people, differently abled people. These are the people who will be competing in these events which are related to para athletic championships. This is the first time India has been hosting this event, right? And this year's mascot, our mascot of this particular championship is Viraj. Viraj is the official mascot of this para athletic championship, which is being held in the city of New Delhi, right? I hope everything is clear about this subject. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about Ballon d'Or. Now this is an award. It is a very prestigious award. It is generally awarded to people who are involved with the work of football. This particular award is given by a French magazine called as French Football. This is a magazine related to the game of football, and it is published in the country of France. Now this award is given by this French football magazine. It is a magazine. Please understand, this is a magazine, and this is a very prestigious award when it comes to the game of football. Why is it prestigious? Because it was first started in the year 1956. It was first started in the year 1956, and from then on, this particular award is given year on year, keeping in mind a player's performance in the previous season. Say for example, if this year the Ballon d'Or award for 2025 is given to a particular footballer, then his performance in the year 2024 will be adjudged. Based on his performance in the year 2024, his award for 2025 will be given in 2025 itself. Is that understood? Now this award is given to both male and female footballers, and this year the male award has been awarded to Usman Dembele, and the female winner of this award is Aitana Bomnati. She is a player representing the country of Spain, and he is a player representing the country of France. Their performances in the previous year have been adjudged, and given their good performances, they have been elected as Ballon d'Or of this year. Is that clear? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Now this brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much for being a part of this session. Thank you so much for being a part of Classic Education.